We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Jordan, and today I just wanted to do a smug video about me being basically right about my theories of what was going to happen in the Mando. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't caught up to Mando, then don't watch this. I don't know how many of these I'd do, I just felt like doing it because I felt pretty smug that I basically got it right. I know I didn't get it 100% right, but I was pretty damn close, okay? So, give me credit where credit's due. I don't know if other people said it, but still, just let me embrace this feeling that I got, okay? I don't know how many times this will happen. Right? Good, that's established. So yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to Mando Talk. So I said that Mando was going to take his helmet off at least once, and he's done that. And we saw his face. They did it where there was like, oh, you're going to see his face because he's going to become a stormtrooper. And then you were like, oh, okay, so no, he's not going to take his helmet off this episode. And then he had to. It was quite intense, and it wasn't how I expected, but I was half right, and that's still pretty good. And come on, it's confirmed that that video came out before that episode of The Mandalorian, ever so slightly, so I don't want anyone saying that I said it because I watched that episode, because I didn't. And come on, for my first theory video to get some basically right, you gotta feel pretty good, you know? I know it's very late, it was like a 1 AM upload, but still, I did it before the episode and I feel awesome about it. Let me enjoy this, please. So yeah, I didn't quite expect it to happen like that, and this is not a review, this is just Mando talk. That's the only thing I could think of calling this. It's just Mando talk, you know, just casual little thing. But the episode was pretty cool. I like the Juggernaut making a return. But yeah, I really liked why Mando took his helmet off. I liked that, you know, Baby Yoda was really important to him and that he had to do that. And you could see it going that way because Bill Burr's character, I think that's his name, the comedian, the bald guy, he was sort of going that way. He was sort of, you know, he kept talking about values and stuff of different people and comparing him to other people. And I think he did make a lot of sense, and Mando knew that. That's why he didn't really answer. And, you know, it was leading that way. But I really liked that he did it for Baby Yoda. You know, that he cares about Baby Yoda so much that he's willing to sacrifice his code and his tradition. But I do still think when he inevitably saves Baby Yoda, he will take his helmet off with him in his ship, just chilling. Like, and I bet Grogu is going to be so surprised. So yeah, even though it wasn't the same reason I thought he would take his helmet off, I liked it because this is how I feel about Dave. A little bit about John as well, but mostly Dave. Is you see what he's doing and you're like, oh, I want this. I want this from this show, Clone Wars or Rebels or Mando or anything. You're like, this is pretty cool, but I want to see this, I want to see this. You know, like season 7 of Clone Wars, she was like, I want to see Order 66, I want to see Darth Maul again, I want to see Ahsoka and stuff, you know, like that. But I don't think anyone expected to get what we got. You know, like, we didn't expect to see Darth Vader at the end. Well, I didn't. I don't know about other people, but I didn't. So, you know, we're all like, Dave, we want this, and we want this, and we want this. And he's like, oh no, I ain't got you this, I've got you something else. And you're like, okay. And then you're watching, and you're like that wrestler guy, that meme. You're like, oh my god, thank you, Dave. This is actually better than what I wanted in the first place. I didn't know I even wanted this until I saw it. But, you know, I did. That's how I describe Dave, is that he don't give you what you necessarily want, but he gives you what you want, but you don't know what you want. He gives you what you need. And you're like, oh wow, that is better than what I thought of. This is why they pay you the big bucks. This is why you should be the head of Lucasfilm instead of Kathleen Kennedy. You know what I mean? And we heard the seismic charge. It was chef's kiss. That was beautiful. It was completely overkill, to be honest. But it was awesome. Like, that's overkill. and fan service. But you can't deny that it was cool and it was nice. You wanted to hear that sound and you hear it and you're like, oh my god, I need to sit down. And if you're sitting down, you're like, oh my god, I need to stand up, I need to take a break, let's rewatch it. Oh, that sound, oh yeah, that gets you good. That gets you going. You're like, oh yeah, everything's good. Probably the best part of 2020 was hearing that sound. But yeah, it was completely overkill. Don't say it's not, because come on. 2 TIE fighters, 2 measly cheap TIE fighters with no shields, barely any armor, you know, the worst, cheapest made things. They're effective because they have a lot, but it wasn't like there was a lot. There was 2. There was 2 against Slave 1. I'm sure he's got some other guns and cannons and batteries and blasters, whatever you want to call them, on his ship. I'm sure he does. If he has freaking missiles in his knee, I tried to lift my knee up, but I can't lift it high enough for the camera. That's quite embarrassing. Anyway, he has freaking rockets in his freaking knees. And you expect he ain't got other cannons on his ship? Did he need to do that, or was he showing off? Was he showing off in front of Mando and Fennec? I found out what her name was, I didn't know. I forgot. But I saw in a Star Wars Theory video, he was talking about the Bad Batch show, and there was a woman in it, and I think she wears a similar helmet, and he was saying, I think it's Fennec. It's one of the 2, okay? I can't remember, please. There's so many Star Wars characters.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So anyway, yeah, it was awesome, but it was definitely overkill. Another thing I wanted to point out about the other episode before is, why didn't Mando get his jetpack back to go and fly and save Baby Yoda? Like, come on. What happened to it? You just left it by a rock and like, how quick? He takes it off pretty quick. So I'm sure he could put it on pretty quick, fly over there, and could have got there faster than the Dark Troopers. Come on. It was upsetting to see. God. Why did they have to take Baby Yoda? Oh, I'm angry. Grr. Moff Gideon, don't you do anything to Baby Yoda, even though I do like you and I don't want you to die, even though I said I think you'll die. I don't want you to die. Your voice is so cool. Imperial, a lot of bad guys have the coolest voices, especially Imperial officers, so don't die. You're pretty cool. I like the way you own the place. But also don't hurt Baby Yoda. But you gotta love the actor who plays him. I can't remember his name, but I've seen him in a couple. I've seen him in a couple of interviews, and he's pretty funny. And he seems to like what he does. You know, I haven't seen Breaking Bad or anything, other things that he's been in, apart from Harley Quinn. You know, the animated show. He's Lex Luthor in it. I'm pretty sure he's cool in that. It's not in it that much though. Anyway, I'll talk about Harley Quinn show another time. But that is a really good show and you should watch it. It's really good. Better than Suicide Squad, but anything is. I'm not saying Kelly Cuoco is better than Margot Robbie, but just the overall vibe is better than that. And they didn't ruin Joker in Harley Quinn, which I'm surprised but happy. Because, I'm getting sidetracked. Stop talking about Harley Quinn. But I don't know if it's true, but I saw this thing on Instagram. Let me get it up. Oh no, it's gone off.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Where?
Every night.
I saw it.
I can feel my leg.
So I don't know if it's true, but I saw it on Instagram. I'll put it up on the screen. Here or here, wherever there's more space to fit it in, depending on where I wave my hands about. Forgive me, I don't know what I'm going on about. I feel like I'm in a bit of a silly mood today, I'm sorry. He said, my 4 daughters watched The Mandalorian, and to the whole world it's basically the Baby Yoda show. And he said, I'm not jealous about it, but 2 of my daughters texted me, and 2 of them called me saying, Papa, please don't hurt that baby. Don't hurt Baby Yoda, please. And his response was the best thing ever. Because I could imagine him saying it. with a little smirk on his face, but as Moff Gideon, not as himself. And I actually wouldn't mind if he said it in the show, it would be hilarious. And he said, "I will squash that big-eared little bastard." And that's funny. That is funny. I bet his daughters were shocked and, like, I don't know how they would react, but I could imagine their mouths opening and just, like, hanging up, like. I bet after that phone call, he was wetting himself laughing. That's funny. So you gotta love him even more. So I take it back. Even though I think Moff Gideon will die, I still don't want him to die, but I also don't want you to hurt Baby Yoda. So that's how I feel on the whole matter. Okay? You're with me? Do you agree? I don't know why I'm so protective over Baby Yoda. I don't really care about anyone else. You know, I was upset that Darth Vader died. And Emperor Palpatine. You want to know how I wanted Return of the Jedi to end? I wanted Darth Vader to turn Luke or kill Luke, and then for them to kill the Emperor, all three be best friends together, rule the galaxy, you know, as a good old trio. I know that's not the Sith way, I was young when I was thinking of this. But anyway, I wanted them to blow up Endor, you know, killing everyone there, you know, Leia, Han, R2-D2, C-3PO, Chewbacca, all of that, and then to destroy the whole Rebel fleet, you know, Amar Akbar, Lando, Nob Num, all of them dead. And yeah, that's how I wanted it to end. I just wanted them to rule the galaxy and the Empire win. I wish there was like an alternate ending. Even though I do like the ending, I like the celebration at the end. It makes me happy, it feels good. It felt like a good ending until, you know, Disney started it up again. I'm not mad that Disney started it up again, but I just think the way they started it up was pretty lame. And there's a meme going about saying, and it's the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse meme. And I'll bring this one up as well. And it's, it was going into the Spider-Verse, like, oh, I like all of these, and it's the sequels, well, all the Disney films. It's like, I like it. And then Peter saying to Miles, like, oh, they're so predictable or whatever. Let me get it up so I say it correctly. So it was the woman saying, I love them, and it's all the Disney films. And then it's Peter telling Miles, oh, this is pretty standard stuff, like, you'll get used to it, watch. He's gonna say Disney ruined Star Wars, and then it's Kingpin saying, Disney ruined Star Wars. No, I disagree. Disney did not ruin Star Wars. Yeah, JJ's The Force Awakens was like a reboot copy of A New Hope. But it was still okay, it's enjoyable. And, you know, he did what he could with The Rise of Skywalker. It was pretty good. He stuck his middle finger up to Rian Johnson, which I enjoyed. And a lot of people criticised the film for doing that. But I liked it, and it made me laugh. So that was quite enjoyable for me. The one who ruined Star Wars was Rian Johnson. And, yeah. So I don't think that Disney ruined Star Wars. I think Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars and the sequel trilogy. If JJ did all three, I think they would have been much better films. Even if they weren't planned out, I think because it's one person doing it, he can still think of his own ideas. And then Rian Johnson can't just, like, cram something in there and breaks the whole thing. It's like, you know, you're building a tower. JJ's building a tower, yeah. And then Rian Johnson just comes over and knocks it all down and just builds something else that is really bad. It's an eyesore. You don't like it. You're like, this is disgusting. Why did you break JJ's tower, Ryan? Don't be doing that. That's not nice. And what you replaced it is worse. We don't like it. Yeah, it was a copy of George's tower, but at least it's a good looking tower. You made a terrible tower. It's not even that tall. You're disappointing. You're a disappointing child, right? Go. Go and work on your spin-off trilogy. Oh wait, it doesn't look like you're going to do that now. See, that's what you do for ruining other people's towers. Make better towers if you're going to ruin someone else's tower. Go. Be gone. You do not treat people how you treat people for criticizing your tower. Go. Ryan, I want you gone. Go work on some other films. Go and do Knives Out 2 or something. Go on. I don't want to see you around Star Wars again. Goodbye. Good day to you. Sorry about that. Just, these naughty man babies are, getting out of control, and you have to put them in their place. Living in their grandma's basement. And what's worse about it is the evil stepmother of Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy, goes, here you go, Rian Johnson, and gives him 3 boxes of blocks. And you know what? He doesn't even want to play with it anymore. He's like, nah. I've done what I've done. I don't need to touch it. I didn't actually want this. I just wanted to destroy. I get a kick out of it. And he did, and now he's happy, he's smiling, he's like, I feel great. He got what he wanted, and he don't even want it now. He's like a spoiled little man baby. Because that's what it felt like Rian Johnson wanted to do. He just wanted to destroy. Okay? JJ is just trying to fix it all, like put it all back together. Half the blocks are missing, a quarter of them are broken, and he builds it back. He fixes up the broken ones. You can see that they're still broken, but he glues them together, and it's the best he could do. It's not quite as tall, it's not quite as nice looking. It's like, it's good on the outside, but on the inside it all falls apart. You can see that there's cracks, there's pieces missing. But you did your best. It's the best you could do with what you had. And we're not angry at you for that. We're just angry at the kid who broke it all. Ruined it all. But JJ, you get an A for effort. You do. But you tried your best and you did a pretty good job. I enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker as much as possible. There's a few things. On the surface, everything is good. But once you dig deeper into the story and that, it starts to all fall apart. But I can understand that it was the best you could do. You can say what you want, that it was always the plan, blah, blah, blah. Ryan didn't ruin anything for you. But I think the things in the film prove the opposite, I feel like you're just saying that because you have to say that. I think it would have been better if you did all 3 films. I think we'd have had a proper coherent story. But, there's a lot of things. It was a bit rushed as well, I felt. I felt like the film should have been a bit longer. Felt like there was so much going on, too much. But this isn't the Rise of Skywalker review, so I'll leave that there. I'll talk about it more when I get to that film. But, yeah. And the evil stepmom, she likes to tell you weird things and just tell you lies, like the Force is female, or they had a plan from the start to introduce Palpatine in the last film, and that they were always going to make Rey a Palpatine and turn her into a Skywalker. Just lies after lies after lies.
You're not my mom.
What makes it worse about the whole sort of Rise of Skywalker Last Jedi thing is how smug Ryan is about it. He's like, I don't care if JJ decides to do something different. I'm just going to sit in here and enjoy it. Enjoy where he takes me. I don't want to expect what's going to happen. I don't care if he changes it. Because he knew that's what he did, and he had to try and annoy fans just even more. That's what he does. He just gets a kick out of annoying fans, He just can't keep his mouth shut when he should. So you got the Star Wars fans. Some men can't be bullied, bought, or reasoned with. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Then you got Rian Johnson over there. It's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Everything burns. That's Rian Johnson with Star Wars. He's pouring all the petrol all over Star Wars, and he's like, yeah, let's just burn it all. And burns it all. I kind of take that back because I really like the Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker and Heath Ledger. So, no, you are not being compared to him. You're Jared Leto's Joker, the one no one likes. Yeah, you think you know what you're doing. You think you understand the character and what fans want. But you don't. You don't know nothing. You try and be all edgy and different. Oh yeah, I'm cool. Look at me. Yeah, I'm doing different things. It's like, no, stop. Go to the ranch. We need to send Rian Johnson away. He should not touch Star Wars again. You don't know how to play with it. And as well as in Nolan, we trust. In Filoni, we trust. And if you don't know who Nolan is, it's Christopher Nolan, who did the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Tenet more recently, and a bunch of other films that I can't list because it would just go on for a while. And if you don't know who Filoni is, that's Dave Filoni. He was basically in charge of the Clone Wars and Rebels, and is helping on the Mandalorian. You know, he's directed some of the episodes for the Mandalorian. So as well as in Nolan we trust, in Filoni we trust. That's who Star Wars should go to, you know. He deserves it. Prodigal son, you know. George Lucas is like child. George Lucas is a right-hand man, you know. One of the saddest parts of the other episode was when the Razor Crest gets destroyed. That hurt. I was so sad, and you could see it through Mando's expression. Even though he was wearing a helmet, you could tell how heartbroken he was. He lost everything. He took his jetpack off. He lost Baby Yoda. He lost the Razor Crest, and he was just like, oh. 2020 happened to him, that episode. And he was just done. But I do like what they did with Boba Fett and made him not so heartless as he seemed in Empire Strikes Back. And I know a lot of original trilogy fans might not like that. They might like that he's a bit like that. But I think it just adds a bit more depth to him and makes him a bit more respectable and sort of makes him better than the other bounty hunters. You know, I think like Boss doesn't have any real rules, same with IG-88 and Dangar. You know, I don't think they really follow any rules as such, apart from the ones they have to. Whereas Bubba seems to have this whole like moral code, probably because he is technically Mandalorian and with his father. And it sort of makes the whole thing with his father even more sad, especially as Mace Windu killed him. It sort of makes him not look like such a bad person, but just a simple man trying to make his way through the universe. And the actor apparently put that on his Twitter or his Instagram. I love that. I hope it's true. Please tell me it's true. I don't know if it is, but it's one of these things that you just hope is true. I was talking about Boba Fett with my boss at work, and I kind of agree with him. He said that they've made Boba Fett a bit too powerful. And I could definitely agree. He does seem to be really powerful. I like the whole horror movie-esque slasher thing they did in the episode before, where he had the Tusken Raider thing, and he just broke all that rubbish Stormtrooper armor. And I love that Mando was trying to do the stuff he's used to with his Beskar armor, you know, like blocking things just with his armor, and it just breaks and it hurts him and stuff. Also, when he ran out of ammo, it was funny. And he just threw it at that guy, it was hilarious. But yeah, Boba Fett does seem insanely strong, and he said it looks like Mando's not that powerful as much, and some people think that maybe Boba will replace Mando because of the whole controversy with Pedro getting angry or whatever. I have more on that in another video. But yeah, Boba also, why is his armor so pristine now? It was never like that in the originals. Also, it happened so fast. What was even on it? Because I thought it was like acid from the Sarlacc pit. But acid wouldn't just like come off like that, would it? It would actually like damage whatever metal it is. Because I don't think it's Beskar unless they're changing that. So I don't even understand how it would be strong enough to survive. But his armor is really good, Jesus. It's still got a few dents in that, especially the one on the helmet, which I wish we saw happen in the Clone Wars. That was the one thing I was missing. I know we saw the little like unfinished bit, a Star Wars celebration or something. We had a standoff with Cad Bane, but I really wish we saw it because we don't that is how Cad Bane dies, but we don't like get to see it in proper canon to finish his arc or whatever. So I was a bit disappointed when we see that, but I still have a bit of hope that we'll see it in the future, because I think they could always revisit certain episodes of the Clone Wars just whenever they want. I think that option's open for them, especially how successful season 7 was, and Bad Batch is going to be successful, so I think they can revisit some. You know, the Clone Wars is all over the place anyway, it's not always in a proper order, so I think they could revisit it. I hope so. And that's why I didn't get the Clone Wars box set on DVD, because I was like to my girlfriend, I was like, you know, I have hope that they're going to bring it back. It was really successful, people want it, I think they're going to bring it back. She's like, no, that's never going to happen, you know, you're wrong. And lo and behold, it did happen. So I was smug about that to her as well. I always bring it up. You know, and I'm glad I waited, because hopefully they will bring it out. I don't know about Disney Plus shows. I like getting DVDs and stuff. So I hope that they do it for Mando. I don't know if they will, but I really hope that they will, because I want to collect it. And I think there is a market for that. But they haven't with season 1 yet, and I thought they would have by now. I know that Netflix normally does that thing. They normally release DVDs. So I'm hoping that Disney will do that as well. Like, come on, there's no reason why not. Like yeah, maybe less people would subscribe to Disney Plus, but then you've always got the bonus of having the episodes early. Like, you could have it, like, say, at least the episodes be on Disney Plus exclusively for 6 or 12 months. So I don't think people will be that bothered. You know, you watch it and then you want to collect after, but as long as you can watch them, you're going to watch it, you know? You don't necessarily get the DVD to watch something for the first time. You know, for me personally, I normally get it because I like the film. Because I like the film or TV show, so I want to watch it again, and I want to have a little, like, memento of it or whatever, you know? So yeah, I don't really know what this video was, and I'm just trying something different, and I just wanted to talk, so I just wanted to talk, and I hope that you guys like it. You know, maybe this could become a series, like Mando talk or something, I don't know. When Pedro took his helmet off and he was looking really angry, he did look exactly like Iron Man in Civil War when he finds out what happened to his parents. Like, that's the same facial expressions. So yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I've enjoyed The Mandalorian. A lot of people have said there would be filler episodes, and I didn't think that. I've enjoyed it. I think even the worst episodes of The Mandalorian are still better than a lot of shows' best episodes. I haven't disliked any of them. I know people didn't like that Cara Dune episode where there was the ATST and stuff, and some people didn't like a couple of the episodes, like the one with the spiders and the one with the Mandalorians. I liked it. I liked this slow pace. I just like watching it, and it's not like it was bad. It wasn't boring. So I don't really know what people are going on about. You know, there can't be action all the time. You need a bit of downtime, and there was still quite a fair amount of action. But how boring would it be to just have crazy things happening all the time? Like, he's just fighting the Empire every single episode by himself. Come on, like, you need some diversity in that. Like, I don't know what you want. Because if they did do that, they're like, oh my god, it's terrible. He's fighting the whole Empire, well, the Imperial Remnant, and then he's doing this, he's doing that. There's too much action, there's no story, there's no character building, just shut up and go away. Enjoy something for once. Because this is one of the best Star Wars things we've ever got. From Disney, at least. This and Rogue One. And people say, oh yeah, Clone Wars Season 7 is from Disney. Come on, that was going to happen anyway. Nothing really changed. Maybe a few things changed, but that was going to happen anyway. If Disney didn't buy Lucasfilm, we were going to get that in like 2012 or 25. Whenever we were going to get it, we were going to get it ages ago. So don't act like Disney invented the Clone Wars or Season 7. Because like the scripts and the unfinished episodes were there for ages. What are you on about? And people were like, oh, Disney changed certain things and made it worse. It's like, okay, they might be saying that they changed it for some political reason and their agenda. And it's like, okay, but maybe they just thought it didn't work. They didn't like it. Because some of the things they changed is better. Do you know what I mean? And some of it was irrelevant. Like Padme on the ship, that was just a bit like, it doesn't add anything. I think they just wanted to do the whole thing with him talking to Padme in secret by himself more than that. I felt like that was better anyway. You know, I think Dave had a long enough time to think about what he wanted to do, and I think that he just decided he didn't want to do that stuff. Changed it. A lot of people do. Look at George with the, you know, the special editions. A lot of people don't like them. I like most of them. I'm just waffling, and the memes that I shared were good. How do you really review memes properly anyway? Come on, it's not like a proper thing. They were good memes. So yeah, this video had memes, so I'm not gonna do a meme review, and the memes were good. They get 5 Baby Yodas each. Actually, no, the Moff Gideon one gets 10 Moff Gideons, and the Disney one gets 2 Rose Ticos, because it's right but wrong. And the Spider-Verse one about Disney and that, it gets 2 Captain Phasmas because yeah, it's pretty good, but also wasted potential and not exactly true. If you want me to do a video reviewing Star Wars memes, I'd do it. Just tell me, comment down below. Now, I'd do it. I'd do it if you tell me to do it. I'm okay with that. Oh, and I forgot to say in my Star Wars Investors Day video, the Rogue Squadron isn't coming out till 2023. And that feels like ages away. But then, you know, they probably didn't work on it much this year with the pandemic. And we would have got, like, say, a Star Wars film next year. So it's just moved on, like, again. Yeah, we would have got one next year, then in 2023. So it's like they just skipped. And they did say they were slowing down. And maybe they want to focus on Disney Plus and the shows, you know. So yeah. I want you to watch more movies and shows. I'll see you in the next video. And may the Force be with you. Always. This is the way.